the main accused in the case, may be returning to India today. Remember, he had fled the country just as allegations against him began to mount right after the second phase of polling ended. Times Now has accessed air tickets which had been booked by Prajwal Revanna to fly out of the country. The Hassan MP flew out of India to Germany, remember, on April 27th in a 2 a.m. flight. We also have accessed his Lufthansa return flight, which was booked from Munich, Germany, with the return days as mentioned, which is at May 15th. Remember, anger over, of course, the assault is growing. The state at the moment has no clue about Prajwal's whereabouts. So this is the big scoop as far as the Karnataka sexual assault case is concerned. Suspended JDS leader and Hassan MP Prajwal Revanna, he's the main accused, remember, in the case, and he may be returning to India today. That's what sources are telling us. We also have that ticket which has been accessed exclusively by Times Now. And remember, viewers, we are the first channel to show you these exclusive details. We've been showing them these details to you from early morning today. Remember, he had fled the country right after allegation against him had begun to mount. This was after the second phase of polling which had ended, and Times Now has now accessed the air tickets, remember, which have been booked by Prajwal Revanna when he had fled out of the country. Hassan MP, remember, had left India. He'd flown out of India. He'd gone to Germany on 27th April in a 2 a.m. flight, and now we've accessed, of course, some inside details on his return. Deepak, my colleague, is joining us live on the broadcast. Deepak, this is as big as it gets, big details and of course inside scoop coming in that the suspended JDS leader and Hassan MP Prajwal Revanna may be returning to India today.
Well, a couple of weeks ago itself, Times Now had put out the details of the return tickets that was booked initially by Prajwal. He had booked, his tickets to and fro from Bengaluru to Munich through a travel agency based out of Delhi. The interesting aspect here is that on the 1st of May, through his legal team, he had mentioned that he's going to return and appear before the SIT for questioning in 7 days' time. That was on the 7th of May he was supposed to return. Now, he didn't, of course, return after that. As of now, a blue corner notice as well issued, which, of course, will just give information to the CBI and the SIT about where he is or which country he is in. Right now, if you go by the itinerary, as of now, we're picking up that, this is a possibility that he could return on the 15th, because this was his initial plan. Whether he will actually be on board this flight and, appear before, the immigration officials and then land in Bengaluru, eventually, of course, to be taken into custody by the SIT. This is something that remains to be seen. 12 p.m., Germany time is when he's expected to, of course, the flight is expected to take off. Whether he'll be on board that flight is the million-dollar question at this point.
And meanwhile, former minister and JDS MLA H.D. Revanna has also walked out of the central jail. Deepak, stay with us. We'll come back to you. Let's give our viewers more details on the same, because H.D. Revanna, viewers, has walked out of the central jail after he was granted bail by a special court for elected representatives in connection with the alleged kidnapping case. The court said that despite the serious allegations of sexual assault against Prajwal Revanna and his father H.D. Revanna, he cannot be denied bail for alleged abduction of a victim of sexual assault by his son in the absence of direct evidence. Now remember, he was arrested by the SIT over allegations of abducting a woman who was linked to the sexual abuse allegation against his son and MP Prajwal Revanna on the 4th of May.
ಸರಿಗ ನನಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ತಾಯಿ ಚಾಮುಂಡೇಶ್ವರಿ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ದೇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆ, ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ರಾಜಕೀಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಫಸ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಕೇಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ತೀರ್ಪು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನು ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಚಾಮುಂಡೇಶ್ವರಿ ಏನು ಕರುಣೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾಳೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು.
In fact, amidst a heated debate in politics over the Karnataka sexual assault case, remember, the Prime Minister Modi, in an interview to Times Now, had reiterated the BJP's position, denouncing the actions of JDS MP in the strongest of terms, but also trailing his guns at the Congress party. The Prime Minister questioned why the Congress government did not act on Prajwal in time and instead waited for elections to release the videos. Listen in to what the PM had to say.